We're Tom, the homeless guy that's gay with AIDS, and his pal. Just a pal, by the way. They're not sleeping with each other, right? Grey Wolf.
I wish I could describe the smell. It's you know what it is? It's hot and heavy and thick. Yeah. The smell, it hangs in the air. It's that homeless guy, piss, shit, rotting body smell.
Smells like a loss.
Yeah.
Oh. Horrid.
It smells. The shit smell is the smell of caked shit. It's caked.
It's caked.
It's caked. Like when he sits down, you can almost picture it stuck between his cheeks. And when he sits down, it peels the cheeks apart a little bit.
And makes it smell more because of the peel.
Yeah.
It's like a fruit roll-up. When you first peel it off of that plastic, you really get the smell of it. And that's what happens when he moves and his ass cheeks spread apart.
My apologies
like
to Ninny Muggins. By the way,
oh, yeah, we love Ninny Muggins.
We love them now.
Ninny Muggins candles. Go to ninnymuggins.com.
All right, very good.
They're saving us.
They sent some candles in to us. They're really not that bad at all.
No. When you know what it is? They're too overpowering when you open them up and smell them, like right out of the jar. But at lit, like you're supposed to do with candles, kind of filling the room up and helping us out.
All right, very good. So those guys will be in here in a few minutes to do the news. Also, the porn star Mary Carey is coming in. She got arrested the other night.
Got arrested in Washington State.
For doing what?
For touching herself. I guess she was fingering herself on the stage of a strip club.
What are you supposed to do?
And the cops come in and, what... This is one of those situations where there aren't children that might innocently be passing by and see a chick fingering herself. It's a fucking strip club. There are guys in there that want to see this. They're paying to see it. They're sitting there watching girls, and to have one of them diddle herself is a treat.
Rules are rules, Anthony.
The cops come in, but those rules are ridiculous.
Rules are rules.
You'd almost have a harder time arguing if it's something where they can say the children, because they always pull out that friggin' children thing. The children. It's a strip club. The clientele that is walking in knows what they're in for. That's what they're paying for. And they got to go in and bust these chicks for just, giving these guys a show. They're on the way home from work, hanging out with the boys. You want to catch a little show, have a little fun after work. And these stupid fucking politicians got to ruin it by making these rules with these girls. So what? She's touching herself. She's taking her finger and touching herself.
Yeah, have the rules.
What the hell is that going to do?
Have the rules, but let them do, sneak a little illegal activity in every once in a while. These guys are going back to their miserable lives. It's a quick stop-off.
And
let them get a quick smile.
Well, the community has the right to say that they want certain behaviors and that they don't.
If it's prostitution, it's one thing. All right, that's a crime, whatever. But, touching themselves, what's wrong with that? Where's the problem if a girl's fingering herself on a stage and you're watching it?
Because it's public lewdness. And
it isn't
you
public.
Can't have
it's
that
a private
in a community.
establishment.
But it's still a public place.
There's age restrictions. People know what they're getting when they walk in. They didn't think I would walk into a Borders Books. Where am I? What is she doing? That never happens.
A lot of people don't want that kind of smut in their community. And I can't say I blame them.
Exactly. I'm all for channel blocking.
People lie. Oh, stop.
How'd that go yesterday?
Jim, I'll tell you right now. I completely caved. They wore me down so badly that I was almost in tears. I wanted to go home. I was so tired from not sleeping. We were here after noon.
You guys did the channel blocking?
And I was laying here going, I don't care. I'll say anything. Get me out of here.
Well, yeah, we ended the show yesterday with a really, really good rant.
I'd be one of those guys in Hanoi going, yes, it is an unjust war. Again, I'd be one of those soldiers that just blurted out, I was tortured for an hour.
Why didn't you just say, forget it, we're leaving, and go home? Why not just go home if they refused to? They made you do the copy?
Elo's on the phone. The guy's phone from Boston.
What did Elo say?
Hold on, let's back up a little bit, because we got to get everyone on the same page. Okay?
Get everyone on board.
Because this is like a soap opera, this show. Sometimes we leave storylines hanging. Well, we got a good end to the story that we started yesterday. Basically, they're doing a 10-second commercial for Anthony and I. That's going to be I'm hearing a national spot, by the way. So it's a really big deal. I know it's only 10 seconds, but it'll help the show as far as getting the word out there. And we didn't see the script until we were supposed to record the spot yesterday, and we had a huge problem because the script basically was Anthony and I talking about this channel blocking.
Yeah.
Now, that's something XM wants to do. That's fine, but our point was we shouldn't be the guys, ranting and raving and talking about, channel blocking, okay? All right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're not doing the script. So it was a big, big deal because they flew guys in to record this for us and blah, blah, blah.
It just would have sounded ridiculous for us to be talking about the channel blocking.
Right.
If they wanted it on a disclaimer, fine. If they want a voiceover to say it, put it in print on the bottom of the little commercial thing, fine.
Print, not voiceover.
But to have us saying it is ridiculous.
Right. And you know what? So we got on the phone with Eric Logan, and we talked about it for about an hour. It's a 10-second stupid commercial.
Fine.
We talked to him for about an hour, and he agreed with us, by the way, big time.
Mm-hmm.
Big time. Until we were rewriting the script on the fly, and he's like, guys, just as a goof so I could show Hugh Pinero how bad it would be that you guys did the channel blocking.
Give him
Never
one.
buy that.
And it's like, that's the one they use.
Hold on, but
I guaranteed.
So Eric Logan pulls that out of his corporate management back pocket, and I'm like, Eric, you don't think we're going to fall for this, do you? Because he had all these other ones that he liked, talking about how we're uncensored and honest and all this crap, right? And then he's like, just as a goof, just give me one where you're talking about channel blocking, just so I could show Hugh how awful it would be.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did you get that out of your Management for Dummies book?
Have them do the one
I'm like,
that they don't want to do to show how bad it is.
Do you think you're talking to a morning show from Reno, Nevada? Are you insane?
Yeah, that's what he said.
I'm like,
from Reno.
We're seeing right through this clever rouge.
We're seeing through this clever blush. Try to pull this eyeliner on us.
I remember one time, it's the same thing. We were doing Tough Crowd, and Colin wanted to do it one way, and Liz Stanton's doing it the other way. And Colin's like, I want to do it this way. And she's like, all right, well, just give us one like that. And if it's not good, he goes, well, how fucking long do you think I've been in show business?
Right.
You think I'm going to fall for that shit?
Right. Give us the one.
Yeah, we'll just want to see.
So we can see.
That's their...
And absolutely it's the one they use every single time.
That's their way of getting it to do it. Because you get distracted, because all the other copy look great.
What about that MTV thing you taped? And they said, give us one for safety.
What was the I think I know which one.
It was you were taping something, one of those pilot things you did for MTV, and you had taped it the way that you wanted to do it, but then they told you to do this other one that wasn't as risque as the one that you had done, and it's just for safety, just so it's there, just in case we need it, and you absolutely know that's the one they're going to use.
Absolutely. I think I did 5 pilots for them in the time we were off, believe it or not, and so it could have been any one of them.
Yeah, but that's what they do. That's their whole little trick.
They see alignment's too edgy, and they go, yeah, let's just do this, and we want to keep the other, but just to show that,
Yeah, take the stuff out that you said, take this, and this out, just so we got something to look at.
Just so I can show Hugh, like he's going to walk in with a tape recorder, and go, Hugh, the guys were right, listen.
Yeah, I know.
See how stupid this sounds?
So,
no, that's the one they use.
I hope the listeners understand. We do throw a lot of energy into the show every day. Mm-hmm. And at 11 o'clock, we still are hyper, like we're on crystal meth or something. But as the minutes tick by, the energy starts leaving us, and we get really, really tired.
That's it. And without whining, without sounding like I'm whining, yesterday was one of those days where I just did not get sleep the night before.
Right.
If I get a good
so you were tired
sleep,
to begin with.
Yeah. If I get a good night's sleep, fine. I'll hang out in here and work, do whatever we got to do after the show. That's fine. But on those nights where I didn't get sleep, all I'm thinking is getting in the truck and going home. And every minute that ticks by is more traffic, longer it's going to take. It was one of those nightmare days. And then they bring the people in, the recordings have to be done.
It's almost like at 11 o'clock we both have a fistful of Valium that we take.
Yeah.
And then it's just a matter of time before it
kicks in.
That's why, and everyone knows that. So at 11 o'clock, there's a lot of things we have to record for whatever, all sorts of stuff. Yeah. So everyone knows, 11 o'clock, keep that tape rolling because we still have that energy. Uh-huh. So after the long meeting with ELO, rewriting copy, finally the guys that flew in from Boston came in, and it was now after 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
So now we're just, tired.
You're
tied.
sitting around really doing nothing for an
Right.
hour, which really kind of gets you, you know.
And I know no one is really going to understand. I'm just trying to, like, set this up. This
It's the way it is. I don't care if they understand
Yeah.
or not.
You guys are fucking prima donnas.
Shut up.
They don't want to look like
the way
douchebags
it
on a
is.
national commercial.
Yeah.
Right. So this is the reality. This is what happens. The energy goes away. So
And the thing is now, so we were on the phone with Elo discussing other options, other things that we could say. And it's a 10-second spot, so we're talking one quick sentence from Opie and one quick response sentence from me. Can't be any longer than that.
Right.
We can't have a dialogue. It's Opie saying something, me responding. So Elo's coming up with these lines for Opie, like, hey, it's Opie and Anthony, and we're back on XM Satellite Radio. And then he goes, and then Anthony, you come up with some funny quip to that. Like, what could I possibly say
hold on.
in response to that?
I'm going to defend you. I mean, it was the classic. I'm playing the straight man, and you're going to do a little quick little quip.
I'm supposed to do a quick little quip.
And well, they were trying to write your lines, and I'm like, this is how it works with us. We just create magic on the fly. So don't worry, Elo.
Magic.
Well, because I'm about to play the tape, and it's really funny because even I was in shock. I'm like, I'm doing the setup line, the straight line, and then staring at Anthony, and he has absolutely nothing.
I have nothing.
And then we got 3 or 4, big time like producers in here, and a writer, and all sorts of stuff. And I could see them starting to look at each other like, oh my God.
And I just lost my mind. I lost my fucking mind.
We got the tape. That's why the long setup here. We got the tape, and it's really freaking funny.
There's no way to respond in humorous fashion to someone going, hey, Anthony, we're here. Okay.
How about, hey, Anthony, we're on it's Opie and Anthony, we're on XM Satellite Radio, and you respond, you mean I can say fuck and not get beeped, but they beep the fuck.
Right. See, that would be good, but no. Instead, they had, hey, we're here on XM Satellite Radio, and so is channel blocking.
Right.
Something
Well, why
like
didn't
that.
they just do that? You mean I could say and not get beeped? So that kind of gets across the point. It's uncensored. It's whatever.
Well, no, don't use uncensored. That kind of brings back people's minds to what you were doing. And
was that really the argument?
Not really. Look, because I don't need Jimmy losing his mind again. The reality is Elo was definitely on our side.
I know that, but
that needs
other
to be
people in
said.
the company aren't.
I love the Elo.
Not really. His explanation was pretty good about the whole thing.
Here's what Eric Logan is. He's a brilliant guy, and Eric Logan can spin anything.
He's amazing.
Oh, I know.
Dude.
He was spinning right in front of us, and we're like, stop the top. We know what's going on here.
You don't want to be involved with the rate hike. You don't want your name mentioned. Good point, Elo. And then you like walk away. You're like, what the fuck did I just good point him for? That was awful. But he's already back on a plane.
The point about the thing about the channel blocking was not to have us say it on the ad and make it sound like we are pushing this channel blocking. It was supposed to be this sarcastic thing where we're like, yeah, the channel blocking. Like we're making fun of it.
And I believe that, by the way. I really do. The problem is people that don't understand humor are the ones thinking this is a good idea.
I don't believe it.
I know.
I never will.
Jim is a conspiracy nut.
No.
I really do believe it. At first I didn't, but after the explanation, I really do believe that's how it went down. Because they're not insisting that we do it. They're like, okay, that's cool, no problem. Do it your way. So I'm serious.
Okay.
So we're gonna roll the tape here.
All right.
I want to try to focus because this is where the funny is. Anthony.
Oh boy.
Anthony just getting now.
They wore me down.
First of all, they wore him down because we weren't going to do the whole channel blocking thing. They wanted us to improvise. Anthony is amazing at improvising.
Thank you, Opie.
But as you could hear from this tape, Anthony has absolutely nothing. He's getting more and more tired, more and more agitated.
Yes, agitated.
And this gets really, really funny.
I should have been home in my lounging pants by then.
So let's go to the tape. Here's us trying to come up with 10 seconds for an XM national spot for the Opie and Anthony program.
Oh, boy.
Hey, it's Opie and Anthony spreading the ONA virus nationwide on XM Satellite Radio.
There's no salve for this.
That's awful. That was his first attempt.
There's no salve?
There's no salve for this.
You did a salve joke?
A salve for the virus.
Oh, all right.
I thought it was kind of,
Okay, wait. Can you hear that again?
Salve is kind of a funny medicinal
I missed the
thing.
first part. Okay, I got it.
See, most artists aren't willing to put themselves out there in the creative process.
You got to throw yourself out
some of
there.
those brilliant lines that you know and love, they had to go through a lot of awful lines to get to that brilliant line.
But a salve thing, because salve is kind of a funny medicinal thing. You know, as far as medicines go, your salves are very funny.
Salves are up there.
Yeah.
They blow right by aspirin and stop short of cocktail.
Wow, the Today Show is interviewing a 96-year-old skydiver.
Oh. Ugh. He doesn't even use a parachute, his scrotum.
Damn it, that was my joke!
In his ears.
I'm setting myself up, you ass! That was going to be my only funny line today.
Well, but we share that one.
All right.
Two big nuts.
You get the
canopy.
assist.
Thank you. I guess that was the obvious joke, huh? I'm Captain Obvious a lot.
Not really. You could have had like a heart attack joke. Or
no, it was all about the scrotum being the parachute. No, it was all about the scrotum being the parachute. All right, here we go. Hey, it's Opie and Anthony spreading the ONA virus nationwide on XM satellite radio.
There's no salve for this.
That's awful. Radio that's real, honest, and funny.
If by that mean dishonest, sarcastic drivel, then you're right.
Unpredictable, unleashed, unruly, and we're back.
Unwashed, unkempt, unslept.
Unbelievable.
Unfucking believable. Yep.
You could already tell
this is us sorting it out.
Yeah, this is us trying to figure it out on the fly. And you could already tell Anthony's getting...
I am so
He's
not
already
into
tired.
this.
But
He's already tired.
in fairness, it is very hard to improv 1-1.
Yeah.
That's it. That's a really rough one to do.
We've been able to do that. That's not the problem here.
For one line, it really is a bad situation to be in.
This is what you should have done. Try the line. This is an improv. Okay, just try the line.
The Opie and Anthony Show, honest, funny radio.
And we hate blacks. Well, we don't hate blacks, but it just would have been great to submit that is the only response.
This isn't the Bell of Truth. This doesn't
you're
look at
right.
truth. This just it takes what's coming out and judges it.
Okay, I kind of felt bad when people think I dislike black people. No. I don't
Bell
dislike
of Truth. Bell of Truth. Now I need a Bell of Truth.
Oh, believe me, that's going to be a name on Whack Bag, and that's what did we learn?
Bell of Truth.
The Bell of Truth.
For the new listeners, that's the inappropriate bell.
Yes, it is. Anytime anything inappropriate is said, this gets us out of trouble.
And that means you don't have to call the program.
Right, because we
you're
understand
offended.
it was inappropriate.
There you go.
Oh.
It's just our way of not dealing with the complaint calls. Yeah. He's got nothing.
I got fucking nothing. There's zero coming through on this. Use my lines from the last fucking recording. Ugh. I'm done. I can't fucking function.
Let's see what else we got here.
I can't think up anything. Something is said, and nothing comes to my mind, because I'm fucking spent.
Radio that's real, honest, and funny?
Yeah, what? Sure, what? Not a clue.
Spreading the ONA virus nationwide on XM satellite radio?
These do nothing for me.
I like that last
one.
one.
No matter how many times they're read, I have no response for any of these.
What, Jimmy?
I like that one. What?
Which
What?
one?
What? I don't know.
Yeah, what? I don't know.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, I know.
Two idiots.
Opie and Anthony, XM. What? Yeah, fine. I have no
whatever.
clue. What?
We'll see how good these guys are at producing, because we didn't give them much to work with.
I was really cranky, man.
Oh,
you hear me just
dude,
diva.
this is nothing.
I am bitching.
This is nothing.
I've had it.
He's just beginning to lose his mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no response for these.
It's Opie and Anthony spreading the ONA virus nationwide on XM satellite radio.
I'm going to jump. I'm jumping out the fucking window.
I'll get some sheets for you.
I got nothing for this.
I know.
This isn't like the show. We're talking back and forth and stuff. I could study these. Spreading the ONA virus nationwide on XM satellite radio. What do I say? That? Yeah! Yeah, Opie!
That's right.
That's right.
Okay, terrific.
We're back. And now have our show on XM satellite radio. Yeah! I mean, there's no fucking response to these. Now we have our show on XM.
You're making the guys in the booth laugh.
There's nothing here.
Radio that's real, honest, and funny.
I've been sitting in this fucking chair since last night. Pretty much. I'm spent. I got nothing left in the tank.
Spreading the ONA virus? No, nothing. We're back and now have our show on XM satellite radio.
Yeah, that's just a cornucopia of responses.
A cornucopia?
Yes, I said cornucopia of responses I have for that one. Like the big horn of plenty is there, and all the responses of there's so many they're pouring out the front of it, Jimmy. That's what I meant. Cornucopia. The horn of plenty of responses. I was really tired. I had to go.
When I see that thing at Thanksgiving, I just kick it on the floor.
The cornucopia.
Let it just scatter all over the kitchen.
Back and have a show on XM Satellite Radio. Yeah, we do.
Cut, print it.
Cut, print, perfect. I like to wear women's clothing. Let's shoot this fucker. All right, Bella, you're coming out of the house. You're saying XM Satellite Radio. You're back on it. Go. I have nothing, Eddie. These fuckers write shitty scripts, Eddie.
I can't say XM Satellite Radio put us back on the air because I have a really big problem with the word put. I can't really say it. Right. I say but. XM Satellite Radio put us back on the air. Why do they haunt me with that word? But. That's great that they put us back on the air. Couldn't they just say they placed us back on the air? XM Satellite Radio placed us back on the air, Anthony.
Oh, now only channel blocking can keep us off.
Yeah, they're still trying to get us to do the one thing they want us to do.
I'm a beaten man now. I don't give a fuck. If it gets me out of here, I'll say, I suck cock every day on XM Satellite Radio. Yeah, good take. I could go home. Holy shit.
They're wearing us down.
They totally worn us down. They got us. I am such a strong advocate of channel blocking now. I want everyone to know about it in my own voice. I love channel blocking. XM is happy to put us back on the air as long as there's channel blocking.
Right.
Anthony, now that we're on XM, we can say anything we want. Lock up the kids unless you have channel blocking. Channel blocking, channel blocking, channel blocking. I love the fucking channel blocking. Ugh, God. XM happy to have us back on the air. And they celebrated by adding, that's right, fucking channel blocking. I'm beaten. They won. You beat me. I'm done. It's over, Johnny. I'm a shell of a man. I am sleep deprived. And they put this off and jerked us off enough today where I'm just, I'll read anything. I'll read anything.
Anthony likes woman's underwear. You'd like to wear them, right?
I wear women's underwear on XM Satellite Radio. If you don't want to hear me talking about it, get the channel blocking. That's right. Oh, my God.
How do you feel about strap-on dildos?
Strap-on dildos. I bend over and take it in the ass. If this story shocks you, please get the channel blocking that is so available. Fuck a duck. I've fucked a duck. Channel blocking, channel blocking, channel blocking. I've had it. I'm done.
Where did Anthony go? Anthony?
I'm done.
Anthony?
I'm taking my headphones off. Here I go. I'm leaving. I'm done. Fuck!
We're punching out. At this point, this is where Anthony and I don't even acknowledge that the other one exists until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Now go get my limo! And there you have it. That's what they have to work with for the 10-second national spot.
I like to wear women's clothing on XM Satellite Radio. Could be a funny
little Ed Wood thing.
It doesn't have to be Ope first and then you. You could say that, and you could say back on XM Satellite Radio.
Yeah.
It could open with a silly line like that.
But it didn't include the channel blocking.
Doesn't matter.
So it probably won't.
I like to wear women's clothing on XM Satellite Radio.
Yeah.
Opie and Anthony's show. We're back. We can't say. Why can't you say uncensored?
Whatever. We'll see what they make of it.
Nothing.
Ben, you got something?
Ben, what's going on? The boss wants to know.
Bill's here. Bill Burr's here. A little mortified of Tippy Tom. Tippy Tom went to the bathroom, so we've sent Travis in with the phone.
Pants?
No, well, he might fall asleep in there again. So.
All right. Why don't we get Bill Burr in here? We're going to take a break.
Grab Bill.
Yeah, by the time we're back, Bill Burr will be in studio.
They're calling me Orson Wells on instant feedback. I did it right the first time.
Do we have that as we go to break, the Orson Welles thing? Do we have a good copy of that these days?
Find me a jury. I'll go down on you.
I don't want to say channel blocking. It's not rewarding.
Channel blocking. It's just, it doesn't roll off the tongue. Crisp crumb coating. Channel blocking.
Which one you want to hear, Anthony? Directions from one person or Yeah, I think that's the one, right?
Any one of them are gold.
All right, what's the setup in this? When we come back, Bill Burr in studio, and also Tippy Tom and Grey Wolf doing the news for us.
This was Orson Wells during the end of his career, I think, when he was making money doing commercial reads, and he was really a prima donna in the studio, much like me yesterday. And he was complaining about copy and the people that were running the recording machines and anything else he can complain about.
All right. Let's go to this tape as we take a break.
Nothing is more important than the simple act of people getting together.
Good.
Could I see Mrs. Rogers for a minute, please?
Yes, certainly.
There. Do you really mean that?
Yeah, so in other words, I'd start half a second late.
Don't you think you really want to say July over the snow? Isn't that the fun of it?
If you can make it almost when that shot disappears, it'll make my...
I think it's so nice that you see a snow-covered field and say every July peas grow there. We know a remote farm in Lincolnshire where Mrs. Buckley lives. Every July, peas grow there. We aren't even in the fields, you see.
Yeah, we are.
We're talking about them growing, and she's picked them.
Yeah.
On what?
In July.
I don't understand you, then. What must be over for July?
When we get out of that snowy field.
Well, I was out. We were onto a can of peas, a big dish of peas when I said in July.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, always. I'm always past that.
You are?
Yes. Well, that's about where I say in July.
Could you emphasize a bit in July?
Why? That doesn't make any sense. Sorry. There's no known way of saying an English sentence in which you begin a sentence with in and emphasize it. Get me a jury and show me how you can say in July, and I'll go down on you. That's just idiotic, if you'll forgive me by saying so. That's just stupid. In July. I'd love to know how you emphasize in and in July. Impossible. Meaningless.
I think all they were thinking about was that they didn't want to...
He isn't thinking.
Wilson, can we just do one last...
Yeah?
And it was my fault. I said in July. If you can leave every July...
You didn't say it. He said it.
Every July.
Your friend. Every July?
So after the show...
No, you don't really mean every July.
It is.
But that's bad copy. It's in July. Of course it's every July. Too much directing around here. Norway. Fish fingers, Findus, Norway. We know a certain fjord in Norway, near where the cod gather in great shoals. There, Jan Stangeland. Shit.
A fraction more on that shoals thing, because you roll it around very nicely.
Yeah, roll it around and I have no more time. You don't know what I'm up against. Because it's full of things that are only correct because they're grammatical, but they're tough on the ear. You see, this is a very wearying one. It's unpleasant to read. Unrewarding. Because Findus freeze the cod at sea and then add a crumb crisp coating. That's tough, crumb crisp coating. I think, no, because of the way it's written, you need to break it up because it's not as conversationally written. What?
Take crumb out.
Take crumb out. Good. Here under protest is beef burgers. We know a little place in the American far west where Charlie Briggs chops up the finest prairie-fed beef and tastes... This is a lot of shit, you know that. You want one more? More on what, beef?
You missed the first beef, actually, completely.
What do you mean missed it?
You're emphasizing prairie-fed.
But you can't emphasize beef. That's like he's wanting me to emphasize in before July. Come on, fellas, you're losing your heads. I wouldn't direct any living actor like this in Shakespeare. Well, you do this. It's impossible.
Orson, you did 6 last year, and by far and away the best, and I know the reason.
The right reading for this is the one I'm giving it.
At the moment.
I spent 20 times more for you people than any other commercial I've ever made. You are such pests. Now, what is it you want?
No, I think...
In your depths of your ignorance, what is it you want? Whatever it is you want, I can't deliver because I just don't see it.
That was absolutely fine. It really was.
You isn't worth it. No money is worth it.
Like sand through the hourglass, so is the Owenday virus.
What do you guys think of the new Pope?
He's your grandfather. He's someone's old grandfather that wears the Pope uniform. He doesn't understand anything new. they try to make it sound like he was a new kind of modern guy, because it's like he even has a fan site on the internet. Do you think this guy has a clue what the internet is? Do you think he has a clue what computers are, that people have them in their home, that it opens up information to people around the world?
What kind of fan site could he have? What kind of nerds belong to this?
I know.
Oh, I'm going to go to the Cardinals fan site. I'll talk to you later. I want to post.
You know, his blessing today kind of sucked. Yeah. The first hour of his blessing was kind of cool, but then it was downhill from there. I think the Pope's losing it. Yeah. The Pope used to be hilarious, but now he just sucks. He's always bitching about the Vatican and how nothing works around the Vatican. I just want the Pope to get back to blessing stuff instead of bitching about what the Vatican is. Oh, God.
Is the Pope going to turn down the Catholic...
Oh!
Thank you.
I saw in your eyes, too. You had so much confidence. Damn it! I knew it was going to be good.
I would say tone down.
Yeah, well, there goes that.
Yeah, the Pope's toning down his... Pope's toning down his sermons. I think the Vatican's getting on him. You know, the Pope used to have balls, and he said what he meant.
I hate when he always has that one cardinal and he wrecks the flow. Fucking assholes.
Old Pope was so much funnier. The old Pope. I used to love listening to him. This new Pope stinks. I think he's failing.
This guy's just a John Paul clone.
Christ. Oh. You know, us here on popebag.com.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.